Comfort feels harmless. It feels earned. It feels safe. But the samurai believed comfort was the most dangerous enemy of all. Not because comfort is painful, but because it quietly dulls the edge of the mind. What they rejected was not pleasure, but dependence. And in doing so, they became difficult to weaken, difficult to manipulate, and almost impossible to control. Chapter 1. The hidden cost of comfort. In the modern world, comfort is treated as a reward. Softer chairs, easier routines, quieter resistance. Yet, in ancient Japan, comfort was approached with suspicion. Samurai were trained to notice how ease changes behavior, how it softens posture, how it invites distraction, how it encourages delay. Bushido, the way of the warrior, did not glorify suffering for its own sake. It emphasized readiness, presence, the ability to act clearly under pressure. Comfort interfered with this. When life becomes padded, the mind forgets how to stand firm. Miyamoto Musashi wrote of avoiding indulgence not out of ascetic pride, but because indulgence creates reliance, and reliance creates fear, the fear of losing what soothes you. Chapter 2. A modern man and a quiet weakness. Consider a man named Daniel. He lives a stable life, predictable days, controlled environments, nothing overtly wrong. Yet beneath the surface, he feels strangely fragile. Small disruptions irritate him. Unexpected demands exhaust him. Silence makes him restless. Daniel believes he needs rest, but rest does not restore him. He believes he needs motivation, but motivation fades quickly. What he does not see is that comfort has become his default condition, and anything that challenges it feels like an attack. The samurai would recognize this state immediately, not as laziness, but as dependency. Chapter 3. The samurai view of hardship. In Zen-influenced warrior training, hardship was not dramatized. It was normalized. Cold mornings, simple meals, repetitive practice, long silence, not to punish the body, but to remove negotiation from the mind. When hardship is expected, it loses its power to destabilize. When discomfort is familiar, it no longer produces panic or complaint. This is the discipline of Gaiman, enduring without complaint, without dramatization. Samurai rejected comfort because comfort teaches the mind to bargain, and bargaining weakens resolve. Chapter 4. Elimination before addition. Modern thinking asks, what can I add to improve my life? The samurai asked, what can I remove that makes me weak? They removed excess speech because speech often leaks energy. They removed indulgent habits because habits quietly form identity. They removed unnecessary possessions because ownership creates anxiety. Musashi lived simply, even when he could have lived comfortably, not because he despised ease, but because he valued freedom more. Comfort binds you to conditions. Simplicity frees you from them. Chapter 5. Daniel's resistance. When Daniel first encounters this idea, he resists it. He tells himself he has already endured enough. That discipline should feel rewarding, that life should be easier by now. But the discomfort persists, not physical discomfort, but mental fragility. So he begins with something small, no dramatics, no declarations. He removes constant background noise. He stops reaching for relief the moment boredom appears. He chooses to sit with mild discomfort instead of escaping it. At first, this feels unnatural, even unnecessary. Then, something subtle changes. Chapter 6. The return of presence. Without constant comfort, Daniel's attention sharpens. Moments stretch longer. Silence feels less threatening. He begins to notice how often he once avoided effort, not because it was impossible, but because it was uncomfortable. The samurai called this return to presence a form of readiness, a state where the mind does not flinch at pressure. This is why warriors trained under imperfect conditions, not to simulate battle, but to remove dependence on ideal circumstances. A comfortable mind needs everything to be right. A disciplined mind adapts. Chapter 7. Identity. Over mood. The rejection of comfort is not about toughness, it is about identity. The samurai did not act based on how they felt. They acted based on who they were. When comfort dictates behavior, mood becomes authority. When discipline replaces comfort, identity takes command. Daniel notices this shift when he stops asking himself how he feels before acting. He acts, then allows feeling to follow. This is not force, it is alignment. Chapter 8. The quiet strength of less. The samurai understood something easily forgotten. The less you require to function, the harder you are to destabilize. Less comfort means fewer conditions. Fewer conditions mean fewer points of control. This is why they slept simply, ate simply, spoke sparingly, not as a performance, but as a safeguard. When nothing is required, nothing can be taken away. Conclusion. The discipline that remains. The rejection of comfort is not a rejection of peace, it is a rejection of dependency. The samurai were not harsh men, they were prepared men, prepared to stand in silence, prepared to act without reassurance, prepared to remain steady when ease disappears. Comfort fades, conditions change, but discipline remains. And in that discipline, the samurai found a freedom that comfort could never provide.